Wow. Listen, it is official. The Batman, Matt Reeves is Batman. Matt Reeves, Planet of the Apes. Um, oh, this Matt Reeves, this Batman is better than Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. It's not even up for a debate. It's no debate. It's no debate. The Dark Knight is here. Matt Reeves is the Batman is here. Okay, if you are a fan of the Batman, like his detective work, his skills, his thought process and how he solves crimes, this is your movie. Oh my God, so many standout moments. Colin Farrell as the Penguin, phenomenal. I understand why he's getting his own spin-off series on HBO Max. Selena Kyle, I was empathetic with her situation as Batwoman. I mean, as Catwoman. Carmine Falcone, played by John Turturro. Oh my God, so I mean, the plot is deep. It's a deep plot and there's subplots. The Riddler, played by Paul Dane of Paul Dano. Wow, wow. Listen, so the Riddler grew up in the Wayne orphanage, and there was this renewal program that Thomas Wayne was going to propose and get funded before he died. Okay, and then the money, the $1 billion that he proposed for the renewal fund, it got eaten up by all the corrupt politicians and Carmine Falcone. And there was his competition. His other mob competition was Maroni. Um, okay, so Carmine Falcone is like Whitey Bulger, mob guy. Still, he was an informant. So, and he had everybody under his thumb. And Carmine Falcone is Catwoman's father. He ended up murdering Selena's mother. She used to work in the club, the mob club, the 44 Below. Jeez. Okay. So then the Riddler grew up in the orphanage. He blames, well, he was upset because everybody was so worried about Bruce Wayne's his well-being when his parents got murdered. They forgot about the kids in the orphanage, and the Riddler took that very personal. Jim Gordon, played by Reuben White. Reuben Wright's always a phenomenal actor. So Gordon is a detective at the time, right? He's not commissioner. The commissioner at the time, he was corrupt. I mean, everybody's corrupt. Pretty much everybody's corrupt. Uh, uh, let me see. Oh, the chase scene. You see in the trailers? Does it no justice? For me, when the Batmobile starts up, right? So they're at the dock, they're at the shoreline, and Selena's there, and Batman shows up, whatever, and the Penguin they shoot out. And then there's a moment where Batman disappears, and then the car starts up. Holy cow! I mean, the rocket engine is spooling up. You hear the turbines whistling. Oh, it's just phenomenal, phenomenal. And then the soundtrack, Michael Giacchino. Listen, after this movie, I guarantee you'll be walking around with the theme song in your head, doing all types of crazy shit. Anything you do in your day, you're gonna be like, the theme song's in your head and it's gonna just push you to get whatever you need to get done. This was a phenomenal, phenomenal movie. 2 hours and 47 minutes. It did not feel like a 3 hour movie. The clues that Riddler left behind and how Batman had to solve it along with Jim Gordon. This was Batman year two. Batman keeps a journal, right? So him as Bruce Wayne, very, very gothic, very emo, very moody. So then Batman or Bruce Wayne wants to goes to get answers from Falcone about what happened. Falcone tells him a lie. Alfred gets attacked, so the Riddler knows who Bruce Wayne is. Sends a bomb to Wayne mansion. Puts Alfred in the hospital. Alfred, there's a scene where he tells Alfred, "You lied to me all these years." So what ended up happening was Bruce did save Carmine Falcone, right? A lot of the takes from a lot of the comics, the Long Night Halloween, the Hush comics. One of the Matt Reeves' screenwriter, former screenwriter director, wrote a lot of the comics that Matt Reeves took inspiration from. So the Hush, the Long Night Halloween, whatever the case may be. So you got these little Easter eggs. So what ended up happening was, Oh wait, okay. So so Thomas Wayne, there's a reporter that knew a lot of dirt on Martha, which is his mother, right? Bruce's mother, Thomas's wife. So the Arkham Asylum was built by the family of Martha, the Arkhams, because Martha's mother went crazy and killed her husband and herself in a murder suicide. Then the mother, Martha, had breakdowns. They built this insane asylum, Arkham Asylum, for her. She's been in and out of insane asylums all her life. The reporter knew and was threatening Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne went to Falcone as a favor for saving him. He says, "Hey, I need you to kind of scare this reporter to have him drop the story." He offered him hush money. The reporter refused. Then Falcone ended up having the reporter killed. So then Thomas Wayne found out. He was upset. He threatened to go to the cops and tell the cops what Falcone did. Falcone hired Jimmy Glass. Jimmy Glass is the guy that shot Bruce Wayne's parents in Death Alley that night. So finally, Alfred told Bruce all of this what truly happened. Third act, they all go to the club. Selina wants revenge because Carmine murdered her mother, which is her father. Like, she's a bastard child. Listen, Linda's this movie phenomenal. This is better than The Dark Knight. It's not for debate. It's not for debate. And I've only seen this thing one time, and there's so many things I missed. At the end, yes, we do have the introduction of the Joker, played by Barry Keoghan. If you don't know who Barry Keoghan is, go watch The Eternals. He's a guy with a very, very heavy Jewish accent, right? Got kind of the big nose, but they got the accent, right? He's the one that could command people with their minds, subconsciously or consciously, whatever. Okay, so we get the Joker, possibly as a tease for the sequel, but the main villain for the sequel will be Mr. Freeze, and then for the third part of the trilogy will be the Court of Owls. But the Joker will be in there somewhere, but he will not be the main focus moving forward. But he had the scars on his face. He had his own laugh because at the end their cells are next door because the Riddler has a epic. He breaks out. He breaks down. He's like, "It just wasn't supposed to happen like this. Wasn't supposed to happen like this." Okay, so the third act, the Riddler, just like in the Joker movie, had a bunch of sycophants. He had a bunch of Riddler fanatics. He's posting all this information about Bruce Wayne online, the Wayne family. So the third act, he blows up the seawall surrounding Gotham. Wants to flood the city. Wants to kill the mayor, which is a black woman. When she's a defiant black woman, so art imitates life, right? So you got that whole situation going down. Phenomenal. Batman ends up becoming like a sympathetic vigilante. Like, people's like, "Oh my God, Batman! Okay, he's here to help us after all." Right. So towards the end, at the end of the movie, he's like the city's savior. It's not like The Dark Knight where people were like, you kind of 50-50 split on. At the end of this one, everyone's like, okay, Batman's he's a good guy, and Gordon becomes commissioner, and then you have the rest of the cops that are not corrupt as they bring in Falcone. Falcone gets killed. He's shot in the face by the Riddler as they bring him out to the light. I mean, the clues are just epic and crazy deep clues. They catch the Riddler, blah, whatever, and then at the back and forth between the Riddler and Batman, it was pretty good. He was like, "Bruce Wayne," phenomenal. I can't sing this movie's praises enough. Wow, yes, it is better than The Dark Knight. I love Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan is a master sorcerer, and I mean that with the highest esteem. But Matt Reeves is next level right now. Matt Reeves he's the man. Anything he touches right now, golden. That's my review and breakdown of the Batman. Wow. I would go back to watch the movie just for the chase scene, just to hear the Batmobile start up, because it's pitch black, and then you hear it light up, and it's the turbo. It was whiz. Oh my God, phenomenal. And then the whole noir theme and aesthetic, the cinematography, the lighting, the color palette, perfect. I mean, you could nitpick and find things wrong with this movie. It'd be few and far between. I'm sorry I rambled on too long. That's how good this movie is. I sing this movie's praises. So far, best movie of the year of 2022, easily so far. Y'all have a good one. Peace.